Namaste and welcome to Returning Home Yoga with Jeanette. I'm Jeanette and today's practice is all about grounding. So come comfortably seated either on your yoga mat or if sitting in a chair is better for you, by all means choose that. If you're on the ground, you might want to prop up your sits bones and then remove muscle and flesh from them, propping up with a blanket or a soft block, cushion, whatever you might have handy. Encouraging your spine to begin to elongate as the crown of your head reaches up towards the sky. Your eyes might softly close or focus upon a single spot. Bringing attention into the collarbones, encourage that area to gently widen. The shoulder blades might respond by a subtle drawing in and downwards. Bring attention into the jawline and encourage it to become parallel to the ground. And from there, taking the chin and ever so slightly drawing it in, like a millimeter or two, and down. And create a gentle broadening between the eyebrows, encouraging any frown lines upon the forehead to become smooth. Return attention down into the sits bones. Perhaps imagine lines of energy from the sits bones moving down through your prop, through the floor, through any foundation of building and into the earth. And as that happens, you might feel that your whole pelvic region feels a little more solidly connected into the surfaces beneath it. As you inhale, see if you can create a little bit of space between each of your vertebrae as the crown of your head extends upwards without the jawline shifting. As you exhale, a very subtle rolling back and down of the shoulders. Resting attention into the tip of the tailbone. As you inhale, feel the breath finding its way into the tip of the tailbone. And as you continue to inhale, feel more length through the spine. And as you exhale, maintain new length and feel the breath moving back down the spine, through the tailbone, through the sits bones, deep into the earth, inviting more and more of a grounding sensation to occur. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, tip of the tailbone. Feel gentle, new length in the spine as the breath fills up it. And as you exhale, feel the breath moving down the spine, into the tip of the tailbone, into the sits bones, and anchoring you more firmly into your props and into the stability and grounding that the earth offers. Again, inhale, tip of the tailbone, lengthening through the spine as the breath fills up towards the crown of the head. And as you exhale, feel length in the spine being maintained, and that gentle grounding as the breath moves into the tip of the tailbone, into the sits bones, offering more and more stability. From there, let the breath go for a moment. Resting attention into the belly. Inhale the breath into that region. Encourage it to expand in all directions, up towards the collarbones. And as you exhale, from from the collarbones back down through to the belly. Maintain the straightness in the torso that you've been creating. Again, inhale into the belly. Feel the whole torso expanding in all directions, front, back, and sides. And as you exhale from the collarbone region, feel perhaps a little more grounding, a little more stability, a little more anchoring. One more breath like that. Inhale. Feeling expansion. And as you exhale, feeling more grounding. Return the body to breathing itself. Gently begin to open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. As you exhale, hands through center line of body, or in front of body really. Placing the hands onto the knees. Inhale, lift your heart, chest to sky. Exhale, rounding the spine, just letting yourself rock onto the sacrum area. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, arms behind you. Inhale, lift shoulders to ears, bend elbows. Exhale, hug your shoulder blades towards each other. Interlace your fingers so it feels strange. And as you exhale, encourage a length through the arms. Inhale, begin to lift the chest upward. As you exhale, encourage your arms away from the body, yet downward. Inhale. As you exhale, come forward. Arms rising to sky. Head towards ground. Inhale, gently lengthen through front body. Front torso, and as you exhale, letting the arms maybe come higher, the body closer to ground, yet maintaining that anchoring through the sits bones. One breath. As you inhale, lengthen torso, rise. As you exhale, notice the leg crossed out in front of you, extending them and giving them a roll. Roll the legs out, hands under the knees, recross the legs, other leg in front. Inhale, arms out and up. As you exhale, take one hand around a wrist and gently fold to the side, anchoring through the sits bones. Inhale, rise. Exhale, other side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, this time fold over one side. Hand to the ground. Hand anchoring you, grounding you along with the sits bones. So encourage both sits bones to stay equally grounding, anchoring. Inhale, let's rise. Exhale, over other direction. Feel the sits bones. Full breath. Inhale. Exhale over the other way. Maybe your elbow bends quite significantly, yet maintain the sits bones as equally rooting you as you can. Maybe an inhale gently opens the heart center skyward, so the center of the chest. Maybe the exhale brings you closer to ground. 2 more breaths here, please. Next inhale, both arms rise. As you exhale, pause here and let your shoulders slide away from your ears. Inhale, lengthen from outer hips right up to the fingernails. Exhale, other side. Stay anchored, grounding through sits bones. Find your initial position. And as you inhale, maybe the heart center very mindfully opens upwards. And as you exhale, maybe there's deepening, maybe more bend in the lower arm. Come to your breath, 2 rounds. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, create that distance between ears and shoulders. Inhale, lengthen through sides of body right up to the fingertips. As you exhale, bring your arms behind you. Inhale, slide shoulders up, bend elbows. Exhale, hug the shoulder blades in, interlace the fingers so it feels different. Keep the elbows bent this time for a moment as your hands land either into the sacrum or the low back. As you inhale, begin to lift your heart center skyward. As you exhale, hug the elbows towards each other this time. Inhale. Exhale, fold from the hips, flat back if you can. Let your arms straighten and rise up. Chin could come in towards the throat as the head may or may not come quite close to the ground. Inhale, gentle lengthening through front of spine. As you exhale, folding further forward, arms up. 2 breaths. Inhale, lengthen and lift torso, nice and straight. As you exhale, release arms and pause. Let's come off any prop you might be on. Extend your legs out in front of you and create that rolling action. Knees are bent. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, begin to round your spine, bring the chin in towards the throat. Inhale, bring the arms up, flat back. As you exhale, bring belly to thighs. Maybe your peace fingers wrap around the big toes. Maybe your hands come to your calves or maybe under your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Feel the heart center rise. As you exhale, draw your shoulder blades straight back, subtly down. Feel your sits bones in strong connection to your mat, the floor, and essentially the earth through that energetic connection of those lines of energy. Inhale, arms forward and up. As you exhale, straighten your legs, bring your arms behind you. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, hug your shoulder blades in towards spine. Inhale, let's rise, arms out and up. Exhale, rebend the knees, maybe not quite as much. As you exhale, belly lands to thighs, hands might come more fully around the feet. Inhale, grow long. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades back and down. Hold here, inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, maybe you straighten your legs a little bit more, maybe not. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Each inhale, an opportunity for front body to grow longer. Each exhale, an invitation for more length through the legs, more connection of front torso to legs. And 1 more breath, please. Good. As you inhale, reach the arms, rise. Exhale, bring your arms behind you. And once again, inhale, anchor through the hands, lift the torso upward. As you exhale, encourage a hugging of the shoulder blades into spine. Now your head, your face might be more forward, or you might lift it right up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, maybe a little more lift of the chest upward. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, pause. Now let's come into table pose. For a little cushioning under your knees, you might put a little fold in the mat, or you might have a blanket for the lower legs to rest on. Knees below hips, hands below shoulders. Encourage your inner elbows to face each other. Inhale, create length through the spine. And as you exhale, broaden the collarbones. And take a moment to notice that it's your hands and your knees that are the grounding places in your body at the moment. Connecting into the prop, into the mat, into the floor, and energetic lines of energy from the bottoms of the hands, really the center of the palms, downward, and from the knees downward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring your right knee towards forehead. As you inhale, extend the leg, lift it up. Broaden collarbones, look up if available. As you exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, extend, lift the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, good. As you inhale, extend the legs straight out behind you. Feel the low belly hug in, toes face the ground. Inhale. Exhale, anchor through your right palm, left knee, and extend your other arm forward. So at the moment, if your right leg is behind, your left arm is forward, and if you have the other leg lifted, it will be your right arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, maybe lift the arm out front. Thumb turns up to the sky so the palm is facing inward as opposed to outward. Feel the anchoring through the hand on the ground, the knee on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arm, release the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's round the spine. Bring the finger pads and thumb pads to touch the ground, the chin into the throat. The belly hugs into the spine. As you inhale, begin to round upwards. As you exhale, roll the shoulders. And notice for a moment that it's now your knees and maybe the tops of the feet that are in connection to the earth. Those two areas grounding you. Moving into kneeling sun breath. You can turn your body if you need to, of course, to see the picture. Inhale, arms out and down. Exhale, fold to the ground and bring your hands to the sacrum. And that triangular shaped bone at the base of your spine. Head might touch the ground, it might not. Inhale, arms out and down. Exhale, folding forward. Low belly hugs in to control the movement. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pausing for the integration of that movement. And let's return to table pose. Setting up for the other side. hands below the shoulders, fingers spread wide, inner elbows facing each other. Broaden your collarbones as the low belly is hugging the spine, and feel the connection of both hands, both knees into the ground. Inhale, create the length through the spine. Exhale, left knee to forehead. Inhale, extend the leg, lift the heart as available in body. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, extend. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring that leg level with the hip. Toes face the ground, belly is strong. Extend opposite arm to leg, out in front, so the finger and thumb pads are lightly touching. Encourage your pelvis to be level here. So check out if one hip feels higher than the other, and if it does, could they become more level? If available in the body, you can lift that straight arm. Palm faces in. Feel your core nice and strong, and the grounding through the hand and the knee that are in connection to the mat, the floor, and ultimately the earth. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower the arm and bring the knee into the chest. And release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's round the spine. Once again, bringing, coming onto the finger and thumb pads of hands. Walk your hands in towards your knees. Turn your palms forward. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can lower your buttocks towards your feet and encourage more and more of your palms into the ground. So I will turn so you can see a little easier. So your hands, fingers are in towards the legs. Encourage your palms to land and your buttocks. 3 breaths here. Not to worry if your palms are quite lifted. Good. As you inhale, let's begin to release. As you exhale, see if you can sit on your heels, and if that's not available today, then sitting cross-legged or legs out front. Inhale, arms out and down. Exhale, the backs of the hands down center line. And create some wrist rotations, both directions. Now let's flick the fingers and give your hands a shake. Good. All right, we come back into table pose, preparing for downward facing dog. Again, the fingers spread wide, middle finger straight ahead, shoulders. Well, actually, let's bring the hands about 1 hand length forward in front of the shoulders. Broaden your collarbones, curl the toes. Inhale, lift the knees just a little. And as you exhale, reach the buttocks to the wall behind you. Explore leg straightening without your spine rounding. So if when you're in downward facing dog and your shoulders tend to be more above your hands, something like this, I highly recommend knees to be bent. The exhale to bring the torso front towards the thighs and your arms to lengthen out of your wrists. And eventually the flexibility will come so your legs can straighten without that rounding action happening. As you inhale, create a subtle length from the pubis bone to the base of your throat. And as you exhale, maybe you can lengthen the arms a little further out of the wrist joints as you bring your chest, your heart region closer to the thighs. Notice that your feet and your hands are in the grounding position for connection to earth here. And you might bring more and more attention into those areas and notice
If you root down just a little further, there's an inner strength and grounding that actually comes from that action. Maybe even a sense of safety, even though you might be in quite a challenging pose. Let's have one more breath here. As you inhale, let's find table. And as you exhale, settle into a child's pose. Forehead could rest onto the ground, arms coming alongside you, palms up. And letting your body soften, relax, and to invite more and more connection of more of the body into the ground. Feeling the stability and the security of the earth energy filling you. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and invite a big sigh. Let's place hands under the shoulders. Inhale, coming up. And as you exhale, remove the blanket and find your way onto your stomach, please. Make a pillow with the forehead. Make a pillow with the hands, actually, and let your forehead rest on them. Legs are about hip distance apart. And take a few moments to notice how much of the front body is now in connection to the ground. And invite the whole front body to feel a little bit heavier and to relax into the support of the mat, floor, and energetically the support of the earth that literally rises up to meet the body. From here, let's find Sphinx pose. Bringing your elbows under your shoulders. Now, if that's too much of an arch for your low back, bring your arms further forward and maybe just even have a very subtle lift of the chest. Alternatively, you could place the blanket under your belly region and see if that helps to create more ease in your back. Take a moment to notice that there are different areas of your body in connection to the ground than what we've been playing with so far this practice. Obviously the hands, the fingers and thumbs. Notice the areas of the lower arms or the whole arms, depending on the shape you're in, that are also touching the ground. The areas of the belly and the front pelvis, so the hips, front of the pubis bone, and the areas of the legs and the feet that are touching, and offering a grounding sensation simply by touching the mat, the floor, and the earth in this way. As you inhale, lengthen through the front of your spine gently, and as you exhale, broaden your collarbone. Two more breaths here. As you inhale, just a gentle re-lengthening through front of spine. As you exhale, slowly lower. Forehead could rest on the hands. Your head might turn one direction or the other. And take a moment to notice what it's like for almost the whole front body to be touching the ground. Is there a sense that it feels a little heavier, a little calmer? Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, big sigh. And can you feel even more of your front body letting go? Releasing into the support that the earth and being on the ground in this way offers. Please turn your head the other way. Take another deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, another big sigh. And is there a sense of even more grounding here? As you're ready, simply roll onto your back, please. And make sure your spine is straight from tip of tailbone to crown of head. And as you're ready, drawing your knees into your chest, wrapping arms around legs, lengthening through the back of the neck, and bringing attention into the spine, into the shoulder blades, into the back of the head, into the sacrum. And on an exhale, can you allow more of these areas to anchor you, to ground you into the stability of the earth directly beneath you. Directly beneath you energetically. Obviously, there's the mat and the floor. From here, take a happy baby pose, reaching hands to feet, knees in towards armpits or to the outer shoulder region. And inviting a side to side movement. From here, bringing the foot soles to touch. Still lengthening through the back of the neck. And on an inhale, bring your legs together. Maybe another roll. Maybe hands to the knees for a circle shape. Sacrum circle. One or two each direction. And eventually releasing the feet. And settling into your shavasana. You might lay flat with no props. You might reach for blocks or books or a cushion or a pillow for under your knees. Maybe a bolster if you have it. If you feel cold, make sure you put on any clothing or cover up with a blanket. For more grounding, you might place the blanket folded smaller so that the weight of it offers a little bit more heaviness into the pelvis, and that immediately will translate into more of a grounding, and it'll trigger the nervous system to remember how to relax. The parasympathetic side of the nervous system
remembering its job of relaxing you. From here, resting attention into the belly, taking a long, slow inhalation into that region. Exhaling. Two more breaths like that. And settling in now to the back body. Relaxing fully into the support that is under it. And an invitation for it to energetically meet the earth. And through that meeting, more and more grounding being offered, internalized, more and more settling to a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. begin to notice the weight of the body, supported and held. By the earth. Breath begins to deepen. Movement finds toes, fingers, ankles, and wrists. Maybe a full body lengthening stretch. And eventually a drawing in of the legs to body. A little massage. Eventually one arm comes over the head. And roll body to that side. It's always nice to pause here, just allowing the body a slower transition from the lying supine shape to the seated. So as you're ready, the exhale, helping hands come into seated. Propping up as needed. And refinding your sits bones. Removing the muscle and flesh. And just like we started, encouraging those sits bones to ground you energetically into the earth. Take a moment to feel that connection. Perhaps a bit of a heaviness in the pelvis, and yet a calmness and an inner peace within mind and rest of body. And a big sigh might need to escape. Let's inhale, arms out and up. Exhaling, hands to heart. We'll close practice with the single Om and 3 Shantis, and the word Shanti meaning peace. As always, if you're comfortable to join in, please do so. Let's take a deep inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this grounding practice. Feel free to check out all my other videos on returning home yoga and more with Jeanette. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please just take a moment to go down below and hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you're aware when there are new videos uploaded to the channel. And until next time, see you soon.